Hello and welcome to a Pair of Dice Lost podcasting channel. My name is Brendan. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be your storyteller for this game about living gods on the wrong side of the law. Joining me for this game is...
Hey there, guys. My name is Tyler. Pronouns are he, him. I'm going to be playing Ricky, the fire-aspected street exorcist.
Hi, everybody. My name's Christina. I will be playing Ellion. My pronouns are she, her, and Ellion's pronouns are they, them. They are a water-aspected investigator.
Hi, everyone. My name's Cody. Pronouns are he, they, and I play Amalar Divine, the air-aspected shady businessman.
Hi, my name is Britt, and my pronouns are she and her. I play a wood aspect named Rush Ferris, who has a ferret familiar named Zeke. Together, they specialize in archery, larceny, and dance.
Hi, I'm Michaela, she, her, and I'll be playing Tirali of House Dragara, an Earth-aspected leader of a small military force known as the Tyrants, who cooks the books for the gang.
And this is Exalted, like a dragon-blooded. Act 2, Sins of the Family. You guys go to Crime Alley. There is a lot of people crowded around here. A lot of them are covered in the robes of the Immaculates and are kind of poking around. And you can see there is a corpse. And the corpse ends at the lower jaw. There is nothing above where the upper jaw would be. Well, I mean, it's there, but it's also like
Colby.
All over the alley.
It's there, but also there, and there.
And there, and there, and there. There are red stains everywhere, and the carbon shadow, as if that a nuclear explosion went off of someone grabbing a smaller female figure. As if etched in time, this man's sin. It's easy to push through the investigators here. Nobody's here in an official capacity after all. But you might get some questions if you start getting any leads. At least that's the feeling that you get.
Ellion looks around. Is Seek here by any weird chance?
Seek is not here. As you recall, the gentleman detective is still looking into some things with the corpse of Reshbalar. He is, the best way that I can put it is that man is, at least for the vibe that Ellion got from him is he's really good at his job, but he can only focus on literally one thing at a time.
That's unfortunate. So you see there's a lot of Immaculate monks just kind of like around this area, right?
Yep.
Are they taking notice of us really at all? Elion's making sure not to get too close to the body, but within like line of sight to kind of look it over from a little bit of a distance.
If you're getting into the minimal line of sight, they're not going to take notice of you. The moment that you start getting the moment you get into close distance with the body the moment that you get into the point of like you're in touching range of the body, they're going to start taking notice of you. But if you're just looking at it, they will kind of
just think I'm a gawker.
Basically, yes.
Does it look like there's anything that Ellion would know of that looks like it's Idris's things or Mai's things around here?
How long are you doing a quick visual sweep of it, or are you doing an extended like look around the area? Basically, I'm asking, are you wanting to do awareness or perception? Or not awareness or perception? I'm sorry, awareness or investigation.
I mean, both are literally the same stat, but I feel like Ellion would stand there and look around, maybe even shift a little bit to try and get a different angle, almost act as if they're trying to like better see the body, but they're not actually looking at the body. They're looking for anything that might tie, Idris or Mai to this location. So investigation.
So I will let you know this. Investigation takes longer, which means that people will notice you doing this. Whereas awareness is a quick visual sweep that will get you less information, but people aren't going to notice you doing it. So,
you know what? Investigation.
Okay.
I have a lot of awareness and investigation charms, so I was looking through them.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to be clear about what the difference would be for them since I asked for both roles.
No, that's fine. If anybody gets uppity with me, I have an idea for that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your investigation, or give me a description of that. Currently, I will give you a 1-dot stunt for how you described everything.
I will go ahead and take that 1 dot.
That's 2 extra dice, and then if you want to add any extra stuff to it, I will say that an hour has passed between the last time that between you all going to the Plaza District and now. So you can have an extra 5 modes.
Beautiful, because I'm going to take that back into my personal, spend them again, and because this is a crime scene and I'm doing an investigation, I'm going to spend 6, because I have a specialty in crime scenes. So I can get 3 automatic successes.
Okay.
And I can reroll 6s. And you said how many extra dice for the stunt?
2 dice.
So it'll be 14 dice, 3 automatic successes, and I reroll 6s.
Go for it.
No 6s to reroll, but 7 successes plus the 3 automatic successes. So 10.
Okay. With 10 successes, you are able to not only pick out the exact way in which that Idris beat this man to death. Not that you didn't know already from Ricky, but you now know the exact amount of punches that he did. It was more than 50, by the way. And since that he was having his essence fever right there, every single one of those punches had a max excellency on it.
Oof.
After that, after he had made meat of this person, ground beef, if you will, he tried to approach Mai, who was scared of him and ran away. You can see Mai's footprints, a single set of smaller, daintier footprints in the dirt, running towards a known Shadowland. It takes you a moment to look upwards, but about 20 feet up on the building, on the second floor of this building, you can see that there is, or I'm sorry, not on the second floor, on the roof of this building, you can see there is brick and mortar that's been torn away, as if very strong hands jumped up, gripped here, and pulled themselves up with such strength that they tore the building's foundation apart. flung themselves onto the roof. You could. There are other interesting bits here. The carbon shadow that shows the moment that this man decided to grab Mai. You can also see off to the side the shadow of Idris yelling at this person. You can almost hear it in your voice. Get your hands off my sister. That must have been the moment that he... Well, how do you think that Ellion feels about solar exalts? You know, I mean, you've worked with them before, but, you know, everybody knows that they're the worst, right?
Is in a general concept of like anathema, Ellion looks at it very logically, which I think makes sense for them, where it's, yes, they're anathema, but it's the individual. And Ellion would admit that they have some bias towards Idris, and seeing this, they are quite upset about it. And obviously they're not going to, you know, murder him outright or anything like that. But this is going to be a whole thing. And, you know, they've worked with anathema before and been fine. But, you know, if a death, you know, knight came out, they'd probably be more suspicious of them because of the, you know, can't think of the right word that I'm looking for, like the stigma with them in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else you wanted to add to the description?
Not anything else. Is there anything that you think I missed? I mean, obviously, I've given you a trail to follow.
You said the mice footprints went off into a known shadowland. Where was I missed the direction?
I'm sorry, one more time?
You said mice footprints went off into a known shadowland. I missed the direction on that.
It went down an alley. An alleyway.
An alley, okay, which are known shadowlands.
Yes. You can tell because there's a salt line across it. I mean, you did get that very good roll, so.
So Ellion's going to take all that in and just kind of breathe out and in. Just kind of. They're usually pretty stoic, anyways, but you can tell they're a little off and trying to compose themselves a little bit more. And realizing kind of coming back into it, because I imagine when they just go in investigation mode, it's like, here's everything laid out, and they just block everything outside of them out of it. So they're just kind of focusing back and realizing where they are and how long they took to do all of this. They look around to see if anybody's like paying special attention to them at this point.
With how many successes you got, yes, of course, I'm going to give you that information. Yes, there is a woman who is paying special attention to you. She is in full jade armor with a red jade grand diclave on her back. The grand diclave appears to have the kind of flow and look to it that magma does. You've probably... what's your lore rating, by the way?
My lore rating is only 1 currently.
Oh, but this thing has such a grand story behind it. You've probably heard about it, at least in a tale or two. You recognize that sword on her back as the very, very, and I cannot stress this enough, very storied Grand Diclave, the Volcano Cutter.
Volcano Cutter?
Volcano Cutter. It is a listed is a listed artifact, I believe, in the core rulebook. Let me just make sure that I'm saying that one right.
Oh, I also should have mentioned this. So if I didn't mention it earlier, and I can't do it now because it's already passed, and that's fine. But when Ellion would have kind of investigated everything, they would have moved away from Tarali and Ferris, so that if they picked up particular notice, it wouldn't draw attention to Tarali and Ferris as well.
Fair. So, you see this woman with this Grand Diclave notice you. And she approaches. Am I to believe that you might be one of the more... You might be the investigator for the city?
I am an investigator in this city. I am not the investigator for...
Semantics. Word of your prowess reaches us on the Blessed Isle, Renal Ellion.
I am that investigator, yes.
Fantastic. It would be very rude of me to misname someone with the words that the greatness of your prowess. To say that someone else is not you.
I appreciate it. I was not aware I was that well known outside of here.
Only in certain circles. So, what do you believe happened here? My monks and I would love to know.
So, Ellion gestures to the area. I'm not sure who is in charge of this area, but if I may walk up in this instance.
In charge of, I assume you mean to the person leading the Wyld hunt.
I mean, I assume someone... I am here out of personal intrigue and personal interest of knowing what happened here. I am not being hired to investigate this particular incident, at least not yet. So, as I said, I'm here out of personal interest, and I don't know if any particular person or persons is actively investigating this or looking into this matter or has jurisdiction over this, so I do not want to intrude.
What's your guile?
My guile's 3.
Okay.
And I'm not lying. This is all true.
It is all true, but you are definitely being coy enough that she feels like that you are hiding something. Which is to say that this person's perception and things on figuring out if the people are like being truthful with them are like their stuff is kind of like going like, I should probably like call an insight check on this NPC if like this was a PC. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't think it matters at all, but I do have a specialization in poker face for integrity.
You know what? That actually I think does matter. No, integrity is your resolve, isn't it?
I don't remember offhand. Let me look at the bottom of my sheet. Guile is manipulation and socialize. And resolve is wits and integrity. So yeah.
I feel like what's your socialize?
My socialize is a 3.
I would say to put that specialty into the socialize instead of integrity.
I picked the integrity because I assumed that was where that would go.
It makes more sense for it to be under your guile stat than your resolve stat.
Okay, I will add that. I will change that to socialize then.
Because then that gives you bonuses to being able to up your guile. if you had a socialize thing.
Got it.
Excellency. That's the word I'm looking for.
I believe I do have the socialized excellency. Hold on. I do not have the socialized excellency currently.
Oh, well, that's the thing you could pick up with XP now, isn't it?
I
Yes.
bet you Divine has it.
Probably. I have the friend to all nations socialize ability, which is just a permanent thing.
Okay. So you have a 3 in your guile. What that she is going to be looking for is she is specifically looking for not necessarily a lie in what you said, but you haven't implied that you know this person. She thinks that you might know this person.
As in the body? Or the person that did this?
As in the person that did this.
Ah, okay. As body, I could definitely not know who this is.
Your legend as a very good investigator is not unknown.
How am I supposed to know I'm known?
Literally, the only way that you could be even more known is if you had Subbercat.
Well, I already mentioned to you about that anyway, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Let's see how that her insight check goes.
Roll shitty. For once.
That's a meet.
Oof.
And you said the having the poker face and socialize doesn't do anything.
No, having the poker face and socialize would give you another die, which should. So, what would that make your total?
Can it give me another point in it, essentially?
Yeah, it would give you another point in it.
Well, if it gives me in just socialize for figuring out the stat, or overall.
Okay. What is the derived stat for Guile? It's
Guile is manipulation plus socialize.
Okay, what is your manipulation and socialize?
Manipulation plus socialize plus specialty divided by 2 rounded up. So that would give me an extra dot in socialize. So that's 4 and 2. So yeah, it'd still be 3 because I only have 2 dots in manipulation. They don't manipulate.
I have 4 dots
your
in manipulation.
So do you have?
Two
right.
dots in
Okay.
manipulation,
And then
that
it's
would give
rounded
me,
up. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
'cause
still a 3.
Yeah, it would be 6 divided by 2 rounded up, which is a 3, no matter how you cut it.
Right. Okay. She nods to you and goes, "So you knew the one who did the murdering then?
From what I've gathered, yes.
You will share this information with us."
I wish to speak to them.
Oh,
Go ahead.
my apologies. I'm so rude. I forgot to introduce myself. I am Cathak Iria, leader of this wild hunt, and someone who's going to bring back the good name of our family after my elder brother decided living with the burden of the realm was too much for him.
I am having a brain lapse. Do I actually know who her brother
Isn't
is?
it the Akoki dude? Cathak Akoki? Our dude?
That would be the most logical jump.
The dude that came on the boat with Divine and I?
The other captain?
The captain.
Thank you. I was just having I'm brain lapsing. I know the name.
Don't they call him Uncle?
They do call him Uncle. Well, but Captain also works.
Uncle Akoki.
Remembered something.
Good job, Britt. You will take me and my wild hunt to the anathema. We'll put it down and we will consider, and we will leave Chiaroscuro. These are acceptable terms, yes?
Have you found the other one yet?
Are you planning to do a trade with us?
Mm,
You know
Yes.
where the other one is.
yes, I do. I already found them.
And Excellent, then. And is it currently lying dormant, easy to take out without too much fuss?
That is not for me to reveal right now, as I feel like that would give you too many cards in this potential bargain.
You are very good at bargaining. This one that was here that made mincemeat of that slaver. They mean a lot to you, don't they?
And if I said they did?
We're just having a hypothetical conversation about what might have hypothetically happened.
I don't think there's anything hypothetical about what happened here. And I can go into very detailed description of what actually happened here, down to about how many punches were thrown in this, and why this happened. Would you care about the intent behind it or not?
You do understand, investigator, that when the sun creeps into someone's soul, it burns out who they once were. It eats them from the inside, and then it turns them into monsters. Monsters that will rise up and destroy us all if we do not smother them in the crib. These are known things. That is the only reason that society has progressed. After we rose up, as we were always meant to stop the anathema from ruling us. Now I ask you again, investigator. Do you want to hold back information from one of the largest wild hunts in recent memory?
It's not that I'm holding information back. Well, I guess I am, and because I do have a lot of cards right here. But also, you are the leader of a great wild hunt, and I believe you said one of the largest ones. So I think you would easily be able to find your quarry without my help. I am asking for time. I want to speak to them personally. I want to assess them for myself, as I have very limited experience with people. I want to know if they are truly themselves, or if, as you say, they are no longer themselves, that they are hollowed out and devoid of. Does that seem unreasonable to want to know knowledge for someone that, for the sake of being rhetorical, I am close to?
Knowledge such as this corrupts absolutely. We will allow it. Under a single circumstance.
And that is?
You will allow one of our monks to go with you. Just in case that the sun madness should overtake them. We want to make sure that someone is there too. And she kind of like cracks her knuckles in front of you. Put them down. You know, when you see just what happens when the sun hollows someone out.
I will have a full circle of my kind there with me. One who is an occult expert, one who is well versed on anathema, myself, and I am no slouch in combat. At least 4 of us are all combatants, and one is a very odd type of scholar and knowledge person. I think we'll be fine. I will meet up with you afterwards. Where can I find you?
I will allow this if you give me the location of the other.
I think you will find, as they are under protection by a god. And I think that is... Ellion shifts their eyes over to where Grandmother Bite's district is, and then back to the Cathak. And If I find out that it was revealed that I gave you the information of their general location, I will be quite displeased. And I will consider this bargain completely void.
Your words will hold weight so long as we will find a way to approach this. I will not reveal what had happened on pain. Now, go. Put down this anathema or go talk to it or whatever that your backwater kind do.
Interesting. When you go from calling me a revered investigator known throughout the lands to a backwater kind, I see where you stand.
I thought that I was talking to the great Ellion, who renowned throughout most of the South as having solved the most murders in the area. Not the criminal Ellion, who broke out of the Atonement prison with the help of known anathama. Your legend spreads. I had hoped that they were different legends.
Ellion gets real close to this person. Not like in a threatening manner. Their hands are behind their back and their hands are, clasped behind their back in a I'm not obviously going to physically fight you manner. But they get very close. And I imagine this person's probably taller than them.
Oh, yeah.
They look up. Someone can be two things. I am a great investigator, and I am someone who broke out of prison. I am a criminal. I guess that makes me three things. But I'm also the investigator that found what you're looking for, your quarry, before you even knew where they were. And there was a beacon of light that gave you a hint. You need my help, clearly, or you wouldn't be asking for it. I will meet with you after I speak to the one I am intended to find. You have your information on the other one. I would ask you please uphold your end of the bargain. It'd be a great shame if you did not. After all, I am a criminal. I have ties to many people.
Understood. I hear that there's a fantastic place for lunch. The Desert Basilisk, I believe, on the outer city. We should meet there at some point to discuss things.
That is agreeable. Their food is quite good. It has only gotten better with time.
Enjoy your investigation as we shall enjoy our hunt.
I wish you the best of luck, and may you have the day that you deserve.
Do not be swayed by the sun's lies.
I think I am very good at sussing it. And if there is one thing that you must know is I truly and deeply despise liars more than I despise murderers.
He looks to you, and you can kind of see like the scar on her face kind of glows like kind of like a red as she holds onto the grip of the volcano cutter, and she kind of smirks to you and goes, "Good. I hate liars too." And she turns and walks away. Thank you for taking the time to enjoy our show. If you liked what you heard, why not leave a review or tell a friend about us? It helps get the good word out about the work we put into this show. If you wanted to ask us any questions, you can contact us through Twitter at apairofdicelost or email at apairofdicelost@gmail.com. The theme song for this game is Dragon Dance by Raphael Crux, used under a Creative Commons license. And for making it this far, I saw that cool thing you did, so have some stunt dice.
Chameleon. I know I wrote it down somewhere.
Okay,
Oh,
while
yeah.
you're looking that up, I will look the rules for disguise up, because I'm 90% sure that it's actually something under larceny.
Probably. I think it depends on how you do it.
Crime and
Because
investigation.
I know we do like disguises and stuff for mages
Yes.
under craft, but that's because we like made our own disguises.
Disguise is a larceny roll.
Larceny.
I assume
It
Ferris
is-
has larceny.
I do have larceny. I am good at larcen.
Let's see. So the rules for disguise are: a character can roll intelligence plus larceny to create a disguise that masks your true identity. Doing so requires about 5 minutes spent in costuming, applying makeup, and getting in character. You may take penalties on the roll if your fake identity is a different sex, race, or body type. In general, a -2 penalty for each that applies. On a successful roll, the disguise works. Anyone who interacts with the disguise character for around 5 minutes or more is entitled to a perception plus awareness roll to notice that character is in disguise and get a sense of what they really look like. Difficulty of this roll is equal to the number of successes rolled on the initial disguise roll. Creating a disguise that specifically imitates another person uses the same rules but is more involved. The character takes -4 penalty on the roll but reduces it by -1 for each week you spend observing the person you wish to imitate.
I found chameleon in the Solar Handbook.
That is where it would be, yes.
Get some black soot from somewhere. And...
No, we are not doing that.
No, in my hair.
for like
in my
in her hair, or like for like
Oh.
eyeliner, or like something.
Listen, I am not that person, Brendan. In my hair. I have blonde hair with green vines sticking out of it.
If you guys ever need a quick way to generate setting specific names, I have a random name generator that will give you realm names.
I was just trying to think of something that sounded like in the realm, and I don't know why I settled on Hanami, and I was like, that sounds too much like Minami. Why did I do that? But names can sound the same. People can have the same names.
Yeah. People who break laws have to be punished, you know. I don't know why she suddenly turned into Bane.
Attempting to initiate a fight.
Oh, I know. That's why he's over there.
Great.
I was for that line. Oh, I know. That's why he's over there. He's there too. Don't worry. Punishments for all. Noodle
Right.
boy. Is he a noodle boy or a noodle man?
He's a noodle man.
I'll decide after he sends the nudes.
I was gonna say something, but never mind. It's a little late for that now.
I realized that I was like messaging Britt like in private to be like, I don't want to have the beans spilled. And then I was like, wait a minute, we're doing a podcast here. The information needs to be a little bit more transparent. Yes, Volcano Cutter. It is an Artifact 5 Red Jade Grand Eiclave.
That's a
You know-
cool name.
Funny enough, I've never heard of that.
It's a surprise for everybody.
I mean, it's in the book.
Yeah, but I actually don't really look at a lot of the artifacts in books.
Oh, well, that's just
I don't.
sad.
How often do I get an artifact?
All the time? Why wouldn't you get an artifact?
I've gotten hook swords and a criminal investigation kit. That's it. I've never gotten like any nice named things.
Okay, I mean, that's fair.
They're neat, don't get me wrong. They're just a whole thing with like the different stuff you can do with it.
Boop, 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 boop. There you go, Volcano Cutter. There's the picture for it.
That's cool.
Right? Artifact 5.
I'm about to have a cool ass bow.
Yes, you are. Remind me this week to design it for you.
I will do that.
And that's where we're going to call the session for the night.
Yeah, because their pants are on fire.
Damn.
Damn.
Well, I can tell you one thing. If Ricky and Divine were here, that talk would have gone a way different direction.
Yeah, I know, right?
I bet you they wouldn't have let me even have a conversation before we get up in their business.
They would be playing out what me and Michaela were typing in the general chat.
I was vaguely looking over them, but I was like, I can't read this or I'm going to lose this tense moment where I'm just in the zone to step up, verbally step up to this person that is probably a foot taller than me and clearly, is combat capable in the middle of this murder scene where she's got allies right nearby her.
Oh yeah, you definitely didn't want to read what we were typing while you were going through that. But we got your back.
I was just imagining you guys just kind of off to the side since Ellion was yeah, they're gonna go kind of away from those two so they don't draw attention, and you guys just over there being hold me back, and Tiroli's just hold me back. It's also funny because backwater in Ellion's a water aspect.
Yep. Oh, this was a good session. This was fun.
Ooh, girls' night.
I can't wait to meet back up with the boys dressed in Divine's clothing.
Well, first off, we need to go and find Mai because she, walked off into an alley.
A Shadowland alley.